Hello! Hello, people! Hello, crafters, crafties. I don't know. You ignoring your job today, decided to hang out on SketchCraft, join me while I try to get some work done. Good for you. Glad to be here. So, what am I doing? I'm going to draw some Witcher 3. It kind of started last night. Kind of got it going. It's a basic commission, so it's just a pose because this shit's going to hang on someone's wall. So I started last night, tried to stream, but sometimes at 3 in the morning, Cox, no, Time Warner cable, it don't work. It don't work. It's always weird time. So I got the head started so we could at least get this video going on something is done vibe here, and I'm gonna try to get the rest done here. We'll see how long this takes. I have about an hour and a half or so, a little under that. Trying to get my webcam controller here so I can zoom in. Come on, webcam controller. Where are you? There you are. It's always on the other monitor, folks. That's what I'm doing, is having to lean my Cintiq monitor forward so I can put this one up here. Woo! Let's go ahead and see if I can't get that going. Zoom in one more time. Alrighty, so chat room is open. Feel free to say hi. Otherwise, if you're future crafties hanging out, checking out this video while you draw, please feel free to just leave a comment below and I'll get back to you. If you're wondering what kind of paper this is just 67-pound cardstock. It's got a nice little weight to it. It's cheap. It's like basically about the same thickness as 1 or 2 ply Bristol. Just way cheaper. And I'll be drawing with red mechanical lead. Right? So this is 0.5 plus a 0.7 and Copic multi-liners. So that's what I'm using here. All right, I'm gonna just get to work. Do. Hey, it's all right, Gerard. It's cool. You can lurk. That's how I usually roll. Oh, you got it, Jonathan. No problem. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nah, not really. I mean, I'm currently on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, DeviantArt, Tumblr, Creative, comic art fans, YouTube. You know, I have a Twitch account. You know, right now, just being able to have the YouTubes automatically put into having the streams automatically in YouTube is easier for me than manually doing everything. Cause whatever, I just. I mean, I'll probably give it a shot at some point, but I'll be honest, man. It's like it's not gonna. I just have a feeling, like everything else I've tried, Jonathan, like it's not going to bring me instant fame and fortune. Like, yeah. And I get that there's or Jared, I get that there's plenty of people on there doing it, and have people go all the time. They go, Rob, these people can't even draw, and you, I'm gonna tell you, man, like it's just at this point, you know, it's just one extra thing. Yeah, if I do, it'll probably be like I'll pick a night, you know, be like this night I'll do Twitch, and that'll be it, you know. Well, I hear that and I totally appreciate it. You know, the problem is there's a lot of people on YouTube that can't do half the shit I do. And it's like it's like a lot of people told me if I just got into Imagine Effects, you know, that would change my life. And so I became Mars of the Month. I submitted, and it just created more trouble for myself. You know, like like working with companies like IDW, although they're really nice, it just ends up creating more trouble for my life. You know, and the idea of uploading a ton of videos to YouTube right now, it's a lot more work than it may look. You know, you have file size limits. Like I can stream for 5 hours right onto YouTube while I'm working. I can't upload 5 hours of video. Like you have to like do a lot of compression and stuff like that to get that to go up because there's like a 2 gig limit. Let's use a special loader, and then I'm just not gonna do all that. So you know, I just have a feeling I'll go to Twitch and I'll just have another 500 people, you know, who would say, well, if you just drew this character, then you would become famous. And if you just drew that character, you know, and these characters are really popular, so if you drew these ones, and I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna be mediocre, you know, just like I'll be consistently mediocre. How about that, you know? I think with something like Twitch, I have to find something specific I can do, and then just set a day. I'll be doing it all the time, but right now it's just not possible. Yeah, so right now, what I'm doing isn't like creating like a YouTube show like this right here. This is just, it's like a curtain into, I'm just opening up the window into my studio while I work, you know? Which doesn't really fit with what's going on there. It's a big show. You know, everyone's like doing a big show. So I'd have to design some kind of show thing for that, like drawing every Street Fighter character, like that kind of shit, you know. So and right now I got enough. But at some point I will. I just, you know, I'm not gonna. I'm never gonna be the guy that takes the world by storm. You know what I mean? That's not what. It hasn't happened in my career. It's not gonna happen on the internet. What I have been able to do is find very like-minded people. You know, and that means more to me than 100,000 people, and most of them are just trying to get you to draw them free sketches. You know. Yeah. Something else too, man. I don't care if people come and go. like, you know. So it's like, all right. It's because I've worked in T-shirts for so long. With salespeople and trends, and I've seen the long card of what happens when people really pander to audiences, and you know, they end up sabotaging themselves more often than not. You end up doing things that don't. They're not you. You're just doing things to get views. Like this weekend, I'll draw. Like if I was all I was doing was drawing, you know, Jared Leto from Suicide Squad because the movie came out, and then everyone hates the movie, and now I got a bunch of. I just wasted my fucking time. Like like who cares? Like this is a simple commission. It's not even complex. But I have a Twitch channel just sitting there. Yeah, well, I don't give shit away. You know what? I give away knowledge. So I don't think it's for me. It's what I'm trying to say. Like I'm giving away free knowledge to art, people who care about drawing. So I don't give a shit. I think at the end of the day, that's you know I'm not gonna be like get a free sketch. No, 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 no. I just don't. It's another thing I don't do. I don't go around support me on Patreon. It's like no, I don't do that shit either. Like I make projects, I stream everything. I tell people how I actually feel. I try to warn artists of, the pitfalls of things, And if you really want to do something, like if you really want to be on Twitch, I think you should do it. If you really don't want to be on Twitch, I don't think you should do shit. None of it's going to change your life. I think what's more important is you just be consistent, you produce the best work you can do consistently, and you be approachable, man. That people can talk to you. How many artists are super, popular and they're fucking total assholes? you know? But I don't give shit away, just knowledge. I really didn't like the way that came out. So I'm going to try something different. It's all good, dude. Have fun with No Man's Sky. Hey, what's up, Ozan? Peace. Give me a second. Hey, I appreciate it, Jake. No problem. That's like I've tried to tell, like, I'd love a ton of followers, but what I really want are the right kind of followers, like the people who actually give a shit, you know? Who cares if you got 200,000 people, but only 10,000 actually, you know, follow you, care, give feedback, maybe buy a sketchbook once a year. time we have? Yeah, I got about 20 more minutes. I gotta go for my walk. And then I'll be back on. We'll do podcast at 9. And then after podcast, I'll wrap this up. And then we'll be working on Rick and Morty. And that's today. Hey, what's up, Potato? No, I'm setting up an Etsy store, so the line arts will be up on there. All the colors that you see me do are pre-bought like the commissions, but these line arts kind of just hang out. So I have an Etsy store, I just haven't set it up. So in the next few weeks, that'll be up. You guys can just, if someone wants to buy the line arts, they can get the line arts there. Other than that, when it comes to commissions, I just tell people I have slots open on the Facebook and on the Instagram. Yeah, all my color work's just pre-bought, dude. Yeah. On the cheap commissions, they don't get the line arts for free. It's all right. Brandon's always like, if we lived together, we could hang out more. And I was like, I would not want to. You wouldn't. I tried to tell him he would not want to hang out with me. And after like a day, you could just see. It's like, you know, I try to explain to him we're two different people. How did I like Suicide Squad? Uh, I think it's a movie that can get 2 scores. So like Robin is 37-year-old Rob gives it a 6 out of 10 or 2.5 out of 3 stars. You know, I think though if I were like 15, I'd like it just as much as I like Mortal Kombat. You know, so it probably goes up a lot more. But you know, it's just again a movie that they're trying to make happen. Like I know they always say movies are made in the editing room, and you've been there, but yeah, no, you can't force new storylines and new things happening in the editing room and expect that to work out, flawlessly. You gave it 2.5 stars. I saw you. I think it's better than the last 2 seasons of Arrow. How about that? I didn't enjoy it. I didn't hate it either. There's some cool visual shots, and there's some good chemistry, but, you know, they got to stop, like, rushing $200 million into production, you know, and then trying to, like, adjust the tone of everything in the editing bay months before release. Like, what good's going to come from that? They're just taking ideas that could, and then they go, well, it's because they're villains, and I'm like, right, because the Dirty Dozen never worked, right? Like, Inglorious Bastards didn't work. There's no goal motivation conflict, bro. There's no clearly stated goals. They gotta fight the wars that humans can't. What did they fight that humans couldn't? you know, they dropped a bomb. Okay, like I don't know, man. Like, there's no internal goal motivation conflict. There's no real external. Just shit just sort of happens. You know. I told Brandon, I'm like, if X Men Apocalypse never had one X Men movie behind it, that was the only one he got, I think he'd enjoy it the same. You know, so Airs only had 6 weeks. You know, yeah, they put the movie into production in 6 weeks. There's nothing that existed before this for me to go, oh, they just totally fucked it over. It's just you look at it, you're like, all right, you know. I feel like instead of coming up with those little like weird monsters, they should have been raising the dead or turning people into zombies or something, so that way they could murder people. Like they wouldn't have a conscience about murdering their. I don't know. There has to be a reason behind it. There's just no reason. There's no reason for the giant wormhole thing. No one even knows what that thing's doing. Shit's just happening, bro. Like I said, like Mortal Kombat, just happened. We have a tournament. Why? Well, I don't know. Just because we do. But like Mortal Kombat had a fun soundtrack, and you know, so no one got punched to the balls. I mean, so that's a step up. If I ever seen, I'm not watching that. You know, the Killing Joke is not really a story that should be adapted. It's torture porn, and then Batman laughs at the end. It's weird. You know, like I was always one of those guys. Everyone's like, "You got to the Killing Joke's a great book." I'm like, I honestly thought it was just a weird little Elseworld story that ended up becoming canon. You know, they torture Jim Gordon, make him ride a merry-go-round naked. You know, and then Batman laughs at the end, and I'm like, wow, they're gonna make a movie out of that. Have fun. You know, I almost feel like with the Killing Joke, they should have added 30 minutes to the end of it so that you could actually have Batman really go after Joker. You know, like I don't know, like hey, all the trailers look cool, Kyle. Will they have? Will she have clearly stated goals, motivation, and conflict? I mean, this is writing 101, dude. You know, like, and so I'm just adhering to it. If the movie, if the characters have it, great, but they don't. And so far, you know, Batman's goal is to kill Superman. His motivation is because Superman brought aliens to Earth. The problem with Batman killing Superman is there's no problem. He could just do it. You know, he kind of maybe he shouldn't. That's not a real conflict. You know, I mean, the reason why. Okay, what's the goal for the Suicide Squad? To fight metahumans. Okay, you know, to take on characters like Superman, creatures like new kinds of what? Okay, the conflict. What's stopping them from doing that? Absolutely nothing. Oh, they have a bomb in their head, but they're on death row. They don't really care about living or dying. You know, it's like they probably should have been the Suicide Squad for years now. I almost feel like Harley's situation, like the Joker. Honestly, dude, I think you know what should have happened, dude. And I got to get into this on a cast. You know, it's just I almost feel like what happened with Robin. She wasn't a part of that. She was already captured. Like maybe, say spoilers if you haven't seen Suicide Squad. Turn off the fucking thing now. So like when Batman goes to get her out that car and Joker's not there, like maybe after he took Harley, and couldn't get her back, Joker killed Robin, you know, and then Batman killed Joker. So all the flashbacks of him looking all weird and stupid, you know, or whatever, you know, and then there could be a new version of that Joker, like maybe even more evil. I don't know. Like there's no reason, you know, there's nothing at stake here. They're just doing it because I want to get my daughter back. Like that's not, you know, that's not actually enough. You know, like I'm sorry. I get what they're trying to do. That they have some common human. The way what they're trying to do right there is say, well, see, they have a shared thing. You know, we have the same name, so he's human. But that I mean, look, man, I've stated what they should have done, but I just don't give a shit anymore. You know, they make a poor movie. I'm not out 200 million. Warner's is out 200 million. You know, what do I care? You know. Question I have to say is, you know, do I feel like I got bigger issues at the movie theaters right now, and that's getting the fucking flu or the Zika virus or guys running through the goddamn movie theater with guns like you know? I can't go to the movie theater without one person sitting next to me talking the whole fucking time, you know? So, and by the way, even in this IMAX right here, when we saw IMAX 3D, there was some guy talking the whole time. So, I didn't get sick, but I had to deal with that. So, I don't know. You know? Well, the second half isn't a movie, right? The second half is just a weird studio editing thing. So I just, you know, just whatever, dude. You know, it's like fact of the matter is, man, that the major studios, aside from what Marvel's up to, and you know, so far Lucasfilm, and, you know, when it comes to genre, TV's where it's at, dude. There's just too much money involved. And their interest is on spectacle, not on storytelling, you know. So, be honest, man, I've enjoyed Uncharted more this summer. Uncharted 4, dude. You know, Uncharted 4 and Food Wars. You know, that's my summer. And in another week or so, I'll start up Stranger Things. And Daredevil season 2, still my favorite superhero thing. Daredevil season 2, Deadpool, and Civil War. But Daredevil season 2, still my favorite superhero thing this year or this summer. I think my favorite superhero anything this year is One Punch Man. Well, they'll reap it. The problem is Warner Bros. As a whole is tore up right now. Other than what Nolan's up to, dude. Like all their movies. Kevin Sujihara, or whatever that guy that took over after Alan Horn, it's just gone downhill, dude. I mean, they fucked up the Bourne franchise. Think about that. How do you fuck that up? Yeah, I'm not really into Gotham. You know, it's not my thing. I think Suicide Squad's somewhere between Batman Forever and Batman Returns. I think there's more Batman in Suicide Squad than in Batman Returns. I'm being facetious, but you know, Born is Universal. Whatever. They had Tarzan. I'll bring up a list right now of all the fucking Warner's movies, and we'll do this right now. Warner's Bros. Releases. Let's just go 2015. Let's not even talk about this year. Tell you all the shit they fucked up last year. Let's get right into it. Their only big hit was Mad Max Fury Road, the one they wanted to cancel. Right? They fucked up what? Pan, The Man from Uncle, Our Brand is Crisis, Get Hard, Magic Mike XXL, you know? San Andreas, which only made 470 million wide, 470 million worldwide. Then the year before that, their big hit was American Sniper, which I could care less for, but it made a lot of money. Lego Movie, pretty cool. Then Godzilla, The Hobbit, fucked up Rise of the Empire 300. Who gave a shit? Like, I mean, they fucked up the Hobbit films, They turned those into, you know, prequels, the next prequel trilogy. I don't know how they did that. Warner Bros. Has just got a serious problem. They like to say, "Oh, we're a director-driven movie studio." My ass. Hey, David Ayer, gotta give that guy credit, man. He's playing ball because he wants to keep his fucking career. But it's almost like they should have had to break into like Arkham Asylum or something. The Suicide Squad, or maybe like there's a big thing going on and Batman and Wonder Woman are dealing with it, but Suicide Squad has to sneak in and get someone out, and that someone ended up being Amanda Waller. Like there has to be something, and some reason for using them, dude. And there's just no compelling reason other than they wanted to make a Guardians of the Galaxy with bad guys. Like, I love the Lego movie. But when the only movie Warner's making right now that I'm legitimately excited for is Lego Batman. You know? Everything else, right at this point, I'm like, well, I'll wait to see what it is when it comes out. Same with Wonder Woman and Justice League. We'll just wait and see now. Because they need scripts. We don't know if Fantastic... See, that's my thing, Kyle. If Fantastic Beasts completely doesn't fucking do what it should do and gets killed by the critics, then Kevin Tsujihara is going to have to step down. You know? Because if they fuck up Harry Potter, you know... All right, what time is it? 6 o'clock, guys. Alrighty, so I already made some progress on this little thing here. I gotta go take my walk. I will be back at 9 to do podcasts. We'll talk more Suicide Squad and shit there with Brandon. That ought to be fun. And then at 10, I'm gonna finish this up. And then when this is done, I'll start working on Rick and Morty inks throughout the night until 5 a.m. I gotta get those digital inks done. Slowly but surely. All right, peace. I'll see you on a few. I'm Lego Batman.